Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for a rare Saturday afternoon game. And again, I still have to get in the swing of things and say Greater Boston League, because it's Glasgow taking on Medford. Glasgow's trying to stay over 500. They're looking for their fourth win. Both teams are looking for their fourth win. Glasgow looking to go to 4-2. Medford looking to stay perfect and go 4-0. Medford's also looking for a sweep here at Fraser Field. They mercy ruled English in 5 innings, 11-0. So now they're trying to knock off the Rams as both teams are preparing for, first and foremost, the GBL tournament that will start, this being Saturday, June 5th. We're finally into June. The GBL tournament will start on, I think it's a week from today, the 12th. And we're not yet sure where everybody's going to play. I thought that it would be like all the tournaments, the high seed would get the home game, but that's not going to work. Like Catholic Central baseball and softball are going to be played at Endicott in Beverly starting next week. The state tournament, we could get games here and at Breed, depending on the seeding. So I know that GBL softball is going to be played in Revere. I don't know where the baseball is being played. They could do worse than play here. But now they have to compete with the Navigators, who are back in business. Nathaniel Almendarez on the mound. For the Rams, Owen Kelly will be the first hitter. The center fielder for Medford. Down and in for a ball. A few more fans coming in. Medford brought quite a few. Not just a scattering of half a dozen Glasgow fans, but there's some more people walking in now. Low for a ball, 2-0. That was ball 3, way up and in, and he punched it off the backstop foul. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2. I do not envy these players out in that hot sun. It's up in the 90s. Oh, very close to it. Hit into center field for a base hit. Sean Nestor, the shortstop, is the hitter. In for a strike. And we'll have to check the umpire each pick because he's not very demonstrative. That's not my good move. I want you to think that's my good move so you get further off the base and I can pick you off. Foul tip held on to nicely by Lchs. The 0-2 pitch up and coming. Waves at the pitch down and away for strike 3. Aiden Barry, who was the winning pitcher against English last time they were here, is the hitter. The runner takes off. He got a great jump. They got no chance of getting him. So a runner at second with 1 out. Nice stop by Lchs on the pitch down and away. Pushes him off the plate with the pitch inside. Hit hard to first base. Nice play. Solid shot by Barry. Right at Christian Spates, the first baseman. So 2 away. Shane Grant, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Just hung up inside a little bit. Good off-speed pitch, just missed. Swing and a miss. Chased the pitch that broke down and away. Strikes him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, so Medford threatens. They get a run at the third base on a hit, a stolen base, a ground out, but the runner is stranded at third. So Classical will have a shot at getting on the board first. It'll be Nico Lchs, the catcher, leading off. Playing center field and batting second, Tyler Wilson. The pitcher, Nathaniel Almendarez, will hit third. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Aaron O'Connor. Third baseman Nico Ramirez hits number 5. First baseman Christian Spates will hit number 6. Batting 7th and playing shortstop, Brady Warren. The second baseman batting 8th is Almani Medina. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order for the Glasgow Rams, batting 9th is the left fielder Donnell Leon. And they'll take on A.J. Rourke on the mound for Medford. GBL baseball here at Frazier Field. Hard to believe Medford's played 3 games. There's only a week left in the season. Glasgow's only played 5. There's all the different Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. All the different leagues starting at different times. Especially the GBL league. They didn't start anything until February. So Cape Ann, Catholic Central League, Catholic League, the Middlesex League, and others had already completed a season when English and Classical and the GBL were just starting out in basketball and hockey, and for the first time football got moved. We had Thanksgiving here at Manning Field, English and Classical, on May 7th. Seven of these Classical kids are no longer in school. They graduated. They had a great graduation the other day at Manning Field, as did Lynn English. Between the two, I think we graduated like 800 kids. Hit slowly to short. They have to hurry. Can't make it. He wobbled the ball. Galizia will reach on the error. Nestor had to charge it. He couldn't wait back on it. It would have been an infield hit. He charged it and tried to make the play. And it wound up being a bobble and a runner at first. Tyler Wilson will be the hitter. Let's see if Mike Zukowski opts to play small ball. Swings away, hits it foul the opposite way. Orazio Azanello, I hope I'm getting that correctly, is the head guy for Medford. We've become friends, having conversations before the English game and now before this game. Down the way for a ball. Galizzi faked like he was going to steal second. He takes off this time, got a great pitch to run on. Pitch was way inside. Catcher had to go to his right to field it. Tried to make the throw, but Galizia got too big a jump, and the pitch was way inside. Wilson had to duck away from it. Galizia can run. He's a halfback. Football. Had a good year for Brian Vaughan's football team. Way wide for a ball. Down and in for ball 4. So an error and a walk put runners at first and second with nobody out. Nathaniel Almendarez can help himself here. Pitcher against pitcher. They give him a lot of room down the left field line. If he dumps it inside the foul line, they can all run forever. In for a strike. And there's a wide open stance. Good curveball for a strike, had him backing away. Quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. So the first out recorded by Rourke is a swinging strikeout. Aaron O'Connor, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Hit fouled at home plate. These baseball players in high school haven't played in 2 years. They didn't play last year. A long layoff. And then very quickly, they had to change. If you were a two-sport athlete, you had to change very quickly from one to another. Good curveball again for a strike. He jumps ahead of O'Connor. You only had, I don't think you had a week. I think you had 3 or 4 days to get ready for the season. Because you had to get the games in by June 11th. Hit sky high, and it's going to go down to that grassy knoll behind first base. Sliced down that grassy knoll behind first base. A brutally hot day. We battled cold and rain, and now the heat's coming. Chop, foul past third base. So all these athletes have battled all the way through. It's nice to see them out in the field, nice to get them going. But it's been the wackiest year I've ever seen. And I've been around for a while. Pop straight up in the air. Right fielder coming on. Trying to guide himself from the sun. And had to reach, he lost his hat and had to reach over his shoulder, but he made the play. So two-way with 2 on. Nico Ramirez, the third baseman, will be the hitter. It's funny, Nico at second base, Scalise spells it Nico. Nico Ramirez, the hitter, spells it Knico. Up and in for a ball. Christian Spates, the first baseman, on deck, hoping he gets a shot. Down and in for a ball. Rourke very deliberate out on the mound. High for ball 3. So Ramirez will be looking at least 1. Second walk in the inning. Second walk extends the inning for Christian Spates, the first baseman. It also loads the bases. Medford's got a runner as far as third base with 2 outs. Almendera's got a big strikeout to get out of it. Hit foul, out of play. Rourke pitching from the stretch. We've seen that a lot this year. Pitches not pitching from the full windup, just stretching. Foul tip to the backstop. Klasko 1 swing away from taking a lead. Rourke 1 strike away from getting out of it. Diarra hurt him, but then he walked 2. Got himself in a little bit of trouble, but he almost got out of it with a strikeout. Now he's trying to get out of it with his second strikeout, or at least the third out of the inning. I'm not sure if the base umpire could have any idea whether he broke the plane or not. Looked like he held up. He had every intention of swinging that pitch. It was up and away, and he just held up in time. Rourke thought he had his second strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. Up and coming. Rourke wanted that one too. That's twice he started to walk to the dugout. So we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout. So both pitches come up with strikeouts with running a score position. A little bigger for Rourke. The bases were loaded. The error and the 2 walks don't hurt. We played 1 inning here at Frazier Field, and we're still right back where we started. Classical nothing, Medford nothing at the end of 1. Dante Chiambuso, the catcher. 5, 6, and 7 for Medford as we start the second inning. On a very hot day at the ballpark for a 2 o'clock start. There's a few people here. Wasn't much to start, but had a lot has come in since we started. groups on both sides. Most of them in the shade. Down and in for a ball. Team Busso, along with Galizzi on classical, are two of the guys I feel sorry for on a day like today. It's bad enough for everybody out in the field in a horrible hot weather, but those two have to put on all the catcher's gear, the tools of ignorance, as they call it. Up and away, ball three. Tough day for the pitchers, too, using a lot of energy. On 4 pitches. Medford gets the leadoff hitter on for the second time in a row. A.J. Rourke, the pitcher, will be the hitter. Five in a row out of the strike zone. In for a strike, 101. Pitching is a big problem this year because they have a pitch count. 25 or less, you can come back with only 1 day's rest. Almost a great play by Brady Wine. I hate to give him an error on the play, but it's an error because he would have had the runner at second base. Great backhanded stop. As he tried to pick it up, he dropped it. They had the runner at second for a force. So instead, it's 2-1 with nobody out for Devin Encalada, the left fielder. Hit foul back. So Medford's not going small ball either. Chop foul. Error on the assistant coach of Classical. The 0-2 pitch. High for a ball. Galizzi set up down and away for that pitch. He threw it up and in. Way up and in for a ball. The count evens at 2. High for ball 3, so he had him. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or lose him. Swing and a miss, he gets him. Third strikeout for Almendarez. Sam Orcutt, the first baseman, is the hitter. just off the tip of the bat to the backstop. Nice stop by Lchs on a pitch down and away. Keeps the runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. The runners take off, and he steals second and third. Without a throw, they got a huge jump. They were way off. The runner at second is easy pickings, but the runner at third was almost 3/4 of the way to third base before he threw the pitch. So that takes away a potential double play. Klasko brings the infield in. Any ground balls now. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Good pitch. That's a big out. John Scarpelli, the second baseman, will be the hitter, with the top of the order on deck. Way up and in. Hit the shot. Brady Warren makes the play over to Spates. So, once again, Medford threatens. 2 on, nobody out. Second and third, 1 out. 2 big strikeouts for the second inning in a row. The ground out to short. They leave the runners on. So the error and the walk don't do any damage. And once again, Klasko will have a chance to get on the board first. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order for the Rams. Brady Warren, who made that last assist. Almani Medina, Donnell Leon. And A.J. Rourke will start his second inning of work. Klasko will try to make it 2 in a row here at Frazier Field for Lynn. St. Mary's had a squeaker, a 1-0 win. Nowicki played very well. Cabral come in at finish it up. And they beat Algonquin Catholic 1-0. So Klasko trying to get Lynn 2 wins here at Frazier Field. Back-to-back. As we mentioned, Medford trying to get a sweep after beating English here earlier in the week. Hard to believe we're winding down the season. We have a week left before we get to tournament time. We never thought we'd get here with that horrible pandemic, but a lot of work done by an awful lot of people. Brady Warren is hoping he can celebrate like his sister celebrated. She graduated. She was a senior, and she celebrated her graduation by changing from her gown to a softball uniform and pitched a shutout against Revere. In for a strike. Father Chris was a very good athlete at Lynn English. Was a quarterback for the team that went to the Super Bowl. And a very good, successful softball coach at Classical, winning a lot of NEC championships. And had to give it up when he became a vice principal at Classical. I think he still coaches a youth team. Way up and in for a ball. Hit foul back. The payoff pitch up and coming. Hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. First hit for the Rams. Medford got their leadoff hitter on both the first and second innings. Classical does the same thing. Almani Medina, the right fielder, is the hitter. Barry is squeezing in at third, thinking he might play small ball. Diving back at first is Warren. Squaring to bunt, they throw over to first again. Warren dives back. Takes the pitch for a strike. Barry, the third baseman, was breathing down Medina's neck. Just a little lob throw over. Warren got a big jump, popped up. It's going to be a double play. Warren slid into second base. He got a big jump. He had second base stolen. They popped it up to the third baseman. Warren went head first, dive into second, and he had no chance to get back to first before they completed the double play. So 2 outs and nobody on for Donnell Leon. Hit foul back. Up and away for a ball. Donnell Leon is a freshman. Very late swing. Hits that past third base foul. Hits it foul again the opposite way. And he slices it past third again. Not quite getting around on the ball. Not getting out in front. Little inside out swing. Try to change up on with the curveball, threw it high up and in. Pretty good at bat by Leon. He's making Rourke work. Hits it the other way, dumps it for a base hit. Good at bat by Downell Leon. So that double play looms big for Medford. If Medina took that pitch instead of popping up, there would be at minimum first and third now with one out. Nico Galizzi reached on an error, leading off the bottom of the first. Way up and in for a ball. We mentioned Galizzi had a good season in football for Brian Vaughn's Glasgow Rams, but if you want to call it a season, they played 4 games. But he ran the ball well. Down and away for a ball. And we're going to trip out to the mound. Coach Azzanello. Azzatello. Hard to read the bottom copy of the roster because it comes out very light. Down and away for a ball. Galizzi will take a look here. And on 4 pitches, he draws a walk. He's on for the second time. Third walk given up by Rourke. Tyler Wilson stepping in the box. He's got 1 of the 3 walks. That was when Klauskel had an error on the walk, had 2 on with nobody out. But Rourke was able to get out of it. He did walk another batter to load the bases, but then he got a big strikeout for the 3rd out. Kept Klauskel off the board. Both teams are threatening in each of the first 2 innings, but it's still 0-0. Way up for a ball. Tyler Wilson played good for Marvin Avery in his first year as a Klauskel basketball coach. Slices it the other way, foul. Stayed high for a ball. Medford fans didn't like that. The 2-1 pitch up and coming. On the inside corner for a strike. And the classical fans didn't like that. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1. Inning number 2. We got deuces all over the place. Strike 3 call. So for the second in a row, he gets a strikeout with runners on base to close out the inning. Still nothing to choose. Classical nothing, Medford nothing at the end of 2. Top of the order for Medford as we start the 3rd inning. Owen Kelly got a base hit. Made it as far as 3rd base and got stranded there. Almendera's got 2 big strikeouts. The last one getting him out of the inning. Waves at that pitch for strike 1. Looked like he took something off the breaking ball. Waves at that pitch again. Off speed, broke down in the turf. Ooh, they wanted that one. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He jammed him. He swung right through it. Five strikeouts for Almendares. Sean Nesta, the shortstop, struck out swinging. Tried to bunt and missed it. They're saying he didn't. He ran up like he was trying to bunt, and they said he didn't attempt. So it's a ball. I don't understand that call. And the base umpire said, no, he didn't swing. Chopped foul past first base. Lined in the right field for a base hit. Solid shot by Nesta. So they don't get the leadoff hitter on, but they get the second hitter on. Aiden Barry hit it solidly, but hit it right at the first baseman. Down and away for a ball. Wide. Nico Galizzi had to go way out to his left to get that one. Pitching again, 3-0. In for a strike. As you would expect, Barry was taking all the way. Still trying to be selective here. It's got to be a pitch he can handle. The runner takes off. It's ball 4. Second walk given up by Almendarez. And for the second inning in a row, Medford has 2 on. Shane Grant, the right fielder, was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Hit foul past third base. This is the Medford cleanup hitter. Pop foul up in the seats. The 0-2 pitch up and coming. Hit foul back out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. And that hits him in the back. So the bases are juiced. For Dante Giambusso, the catcher who drew a walk, has 1 trip. English squeezes in at first and third. They're back more or less at double play ball at short and second. In for a strike. So after a strikeout, a hit, a walk, and a hit batsman, Medford hit the trifecta to load the bases. Just missed. 1-1. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. Reach for that pitch. It was way outside. Again, the 1-2 pitch. just hung outside. Again, a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. He's been chasing those outside pitches. He took that one and it just missed. The count evens at 2. Long run for the center fielder. They make the play. The run will score. Tyler Wilson with a long run got there and made the play. So Medford gets on the board. A.J. Rourke, the pitcher, reached on an error. That was a tough error to give. Brady Warren went deep in the hole, backhanded it, and he had the play at second base for a force, but he dropped the ball and couldn't make the play, so reluctantly we made it an error. So the walk and the hit batsman hurt. They extend the inning and Medford scores a run. In for a strike. Solid shot right at the third baseman. Rourke can't believe it. He hit that a ton. Can't hit it any better than Rourke just hit it. And you can't be in a better spot than Ramirez. It hit him almost in the belt buckle. But Medford takes advantage of a walk and a hit batsman along with the single and the sacrifice fly. And they get a run. So Glasgow will have to play catch-up. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for the Rams. Nathaniel Almendier is the pitcher. Aaron O'Connor, the right fielder. Nico Ramirez, the third baseman. So Rourke will start an inning for the first time with a lead. Almendier struck out swinging his 1 trip. Low for a ball. Up and in for a ball. That one's in for a strike. 2-1. Hit slowly to short. They have to hurry. Nestor makes the play over to Orcutt. They get Almendier to start the third inning. Aaron O'Connor flied out to the right fielder. Here's 1 trip. way up and away for a ball. Chops that one foul off to the right side. It is warm. The flagpole is flowing. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it doesn't really help. And I guess tomorrow is supposed to be even hotter. Chased the pitch down and in, swung right through it. Chop to third. Big hop. Long throw across the diamond. Safe, he beat it. Third baseman had to go behind the bag. Deep, long throw. O'Connor gets an infield hit. Classical has a base runner with one out for Nico Ramirez, who walked his first trip. Off the catcher's glove, down and away. Wild pitch will move the runner to second base. So Classical has the tying run. They've had the third inning. They've had a runner in scoring position. First inning they had 2-1 with nobody out. Second inning was with 2 outs, just with 1 out. Waves at the pitch. Slow roller to short, off the shortstop's glove. Everybody's safe. Second error for Medford. Just a slow tapper. And again, they try to rush it. Booted it. And runners at first and third for Christian Spates, who struck out swinging. So the tying run at third with 1 out. Let's see what they do with Ramirez at first. If they send him, and if they do, on the corner for a strike. He didn't go. Mike Sukowski at third base, flashing signs. Decent lead at first. Curveball drops in for a strike, so they're not running at first base. I'm kind of surprised. Swing and a miss. That's a big out. Freddie Warren got a base hit his first time up. I bet he wishes he saved it for now. Quick throw over to first. Diving back is Ramirez. The runner takes off, swing and a miss. They let him go. I thought they'd do this a long time ago. So second and third with 2 outs. Curveball just hung high. Swing and a miss. Hit in the center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. They throw the ball away. They'll tag Warren out. He called him safe. The Medford coach is coming out. Brady Warren with a big 2-out hit. Warren kept going. It looked like I called him out. I thought he was out by a block. Umpire said safe. Medford's come out to question. So a big 2-out hit. His second hit. Almonte Medina popped to third into a double play when the runner was stealing second base. Nice stop by the catcher, Giambusso. Hit right to the shortstop. So Medford gets a run in the top of the third. Classical says, we'll see your run and we'll raise you one. They get 2 on the big 2-out hit by Brady Warren. And we finished 3 here at Frazier Field in this Greater Boston League battle. 2-1 Classical over Medford. Bottom 3 for Medford as we start the 4th inning. Devin Encalada struck out swinging his 1 trip. Hits it in the air. Brady Warren, the center fielder. Tyler Wilson, the center fielder, coming on to make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 4th. Sam Orcutt, the first baseman, struck out swinging. Way up and in for a ball. It's unusual to see nothing happening at Manning Field. There's usually lacrosse, flag football. In for a strike. Way up and in. Hit foul back up in the seats. The 2-2 pitch. Hit foul back out of play. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Way over the head, had a duck under that one. And that one hits him. Second hit batsman by Almendarez. John Scarpelli grounded out short to first. Yeah, we're going to get warm up down in the classical bullpen. Popped up. Galizzi, the catcher. Nice job. Comes back and makes the play. Very nice play by the catcher, Nico Galizzi. Not easy for the catcher. He's got to go chase the ball. Everybody else is coming to the ball's coming to them. He's got to go get it. Owen Kelly singled. Last time up, he struck out. And that's a major league wild pitch. That went directly to the backstop. So for the fourth inning in a row, Medford has a runner in scoring position. They finally broke the scoring ice in the top of the third. Glasgow wound up getting 2 in the bottom of the third. And now Medford has a tying run at second with 2 outs. Over but low. Hit solidly the shot. Nice play by Warren from deep shot, long throw, and a very nice stretch at first base by Christian Spates. So Kelly hit it well, but he's thrown out 6-3 for the third out. We're halfway through the ball game. All the scoring done in the third inning, and it's Glasgow leading Medford by a score of 2-1 as we move into the bottom half of the fourth. And it will be 9-1-2. That was the first inning that Almendarez did not get a strikeout. Daniel Leon will lead it off, and then we'll move into the top of the order. Sean McGilvery is the new pitcher. The one thing we don't know is, did Rook go anyplace else? We'll know when they hit. Donna Leon blooped a single into left field in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. So Rourke goes 3 innings, gives up the 2 hits they earned, 4 base hits, walked 3, struck out 3. Now it'll be McGilvery taking over. And it'll be different for Classical. They'll be seeing it coming from the left side. And Alina, last time he kept slapping hits off to the third base side going the other way. He finally dropped it the other way into left field for a base hit. We mentioned he's only a freshman. High for a ball. So you try to save your pitch as best you can. Pitch count, because pitch count is important. If you reach 75, you can't pitch for 4 days. Like Barry is at third base today for Medford. If they have to bring him into pitch, he's only allowed 25 pitches. Hit to third. Off the third baseman. They can't make the play. That's the fourth error. One of them didn't hurt because they threw the ball way over the catcher's head trying to, with the runner scoring. It allowed Brady Warren to go to third, but he got stranded there, so that error didn't hurt. But 2 errors did hurt. This one starts the 4th inning. And Nico Galizzi is perfect. He reached an error and walked. He's been on base twice. Down and in for a ball. Down and in again. Three in a row out of the strike zone. Galizzi will be looking here. And on 4 pitches, Galizzi is on for the 3rd time. Tyler Wilson, will they play small ball here? 2 on, nobody out. Looking down at third base to Mike Zukowski for the sign. Squirming like he's going to bunt. Now they call timeout, and they call a balk. He started and stopped. So the balk is going to move the runners up. So 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. They don't have to bunt now. Medford moved them up. They bring the infield in. Nice stop. What a great play by the catcher. Giambuso, that bounced way out of the right-hand hitter's batter's box. Was taking it for the backstop. He went and speared it. That, at least momentarily, takes a run away from Classical. Missing down and in. Wilson with an advantage. With the infield in, you have a few more holes to punch the ball through. They have to react a lot quicker. Hit to second. Easy play. They'll hold the runner. Nice job by Scarpelli. So one away, and Almaderas can certainly help himself here. He has struck out and grounded a shot. The infield stays in. In for a strike. Again, they leave him a lot of room down the left field line. Down the right field line, too, if he ever goes the other way. Way up and away for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Slices it foul. Long run by the first baseman, but he was playing in anyway. He was never going to get to that ball. Gave it a good try. Long run by Orcutt. And the count evens at 2. McGilvery is looking for a big strikeout here, or a pop-up, or a hard ground ball right at an infielder. Alvarez is looking for one of those holes to drill it through. Way wide for a ball. So a big payoff pitch coming up. That's ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Aaron O'Connor fly to right. Got an infield hit. And scored the first run that tied the game up. I think we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Janelle Leon will run. I'm not sure what that play was supposed to be. I don't know if it was supposed to be a pitch out to try and pick somebody off. First baseman, third baseman came charging in. The shortstop ran to third. The second baseman ran to first. If O'Connor hit any kind of a ground ball anywhere to the right, left of second base, it was going to be 2 runs. He kind of shouldered it and punched it off to the right side. I'm not sure what that was all about. Everybody in the infield was moving, going someplace. I don't know if they thought that Glasgow was going to suicide squeeze. I don't know if you do that with your cleanup hitter. Obviously, O'Connor would love a base hit right here, but he'd love to just drive it someplace. Get a run in. Center fielder is very shallow. Actually, the entire outfield is rather shallow. Missing low for a ball. So an error, a walk, a ground out, and a walk have loaded the bases with 1 out. Glasgow trying to add to a 2-1 lead. Way up and away for a ball. Way up and away again. Aaron O'Connor is going to take a good long look at this pitch. 3-1. The infield is in. The shortstop is almost equal with the pitcher. He is really playing close. And that's ball 4. O'Connor will get an RBI. Leon, who started the inning reaching on an error, scores the run. The bases are still juiced. And we're going to get a trip to the mound, and we're going to get a change on the pitching for Medford. Classical's grabbed the 3-1 lead, and they're still threatening with 3 on and 1 out. So McGilvery goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up the run, walk 3. The error started the inning. Donald Davis is the new pitcher, and the infield is still in. Fishing up and away for a ball. Nico Ramirez has been on base twice. He's walked and reached on an error. He scored the run that gave Classical the 2-1 lead. Now Classical's added a run, and Ramirez can add to that. Foul tip held on to by the catcher. Hit in the air to left center field. Long run for the left fielder. Gets there. Tagging and scoring is Galizzi. Ramirez will get an RBI. So first and second with 2 outs now, with 2 runs in. Space has struck out twice. Both times swinging. Pops it up. Long run for everybody. They're not going to get there. Spates is the 7th hitter in the inning. Gloucester got 2 in the 3rd. They got 2 more here. They've wiped out that Medford 1-0 lead. Wide for a ball. Good pitch. Took something off the curveball and dropped it in. Solid shot. All he had to do was tag third base. He made the long throw. Barry with the nice throw across the diamond. They finally get the 3rd out. Classical sends 7 to the plate. Without a base hit, they score 2. And they've extended that 2-1 lead. We're at the end of 4. It's now 4-1 Classical over Medford. 2, 3, and 4 for Medford, starting the 5th inning. Sean Nestor Struck out swinging. Got a base hit in the third and scored the one run that Medford has, at the time giving him a 1-0 lead. Hit a solid shot to right field. Up and away for a ball. So Almendarez will be starting his 5th inning of work. In for a strike. It's been a crazy year. Lynn English only played 3 games here at Frazier Field this baseball season, and one of them were the visitors against Glasgow. Up and away for a ball. Sixth game for Glasgow. They only have 1 or 2 more. Slice foul off to the left side. Chops it to short. Big hop for Brady. Throw off the mark. He'll reach on the error. So Nestor's on for the second time. Second rim error. Aiden Barry bounced to first and walked. Dropping low for a ball. So Medford got 1 hit in the third to score their run. Glasgow just got 2 without a base hit. In for a strike. Medford did it against English. They scored a bunch of runs without a hit. Now Glasgow turns the tables and gets 2 to extend their lead, and did it without a hit. Nice stop by Galizzi, and then he couldn't pick. The runner started, stopped, and then it got away. And Nestor easily into second base. Galizzi stopped it, went to go get it. The runner hesitated because he thought Galizzi was picking it up. And he couldn't find the handle. And Nestor winds up at second base. Chopped foul. Hit way up in the air off to the opposite side. Long run for Leon, the left fielder, couldn't come anywhere near it. Way off the line for a left-handed hitter. And the count evens up. And we'll have the 2-2 pitch up and coming. Popped up again. Nice play by the third baseman. Nico Ramirez almost overran. He went way behind the third base bag in foul territory. And as he started to overrun it, he reached back and made the nice play. So Barry pops up. The third baseman pops up to the third baseman. 1 away. Shane Grant struck out, got hit by a pitch. 1 of 2 that Almendarez has hit. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. And that hit batsman helped get the run home because it extended the inning and loaded the bases for the sacrifice fly. Chased that high pitch and swung right through it. That was over his head. Strike 3 called on the corner. Good pitch. Two-way. Almendarez gets back in the strikeout groove. He got 5 in the first 3. Didn't get one in the 4th. Now he gets one here. Jim Busso, the catcher, was walked and hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI. And the umpire just looked over at the bench and said, quiet down, guys. They didn't like the call on the 3rd strike, and he just quieted them down. Catcher throws right, obviously, bats left. Missing for a ball. In fairness to the umpire, you know he must be doing something right because both teams are yelling at him. All the fans are yelling at him. He hasn't favored either team. He's called it same way for both teams. Hit back to second base. They bobble it. They can't make the play. And they throw it away. The runner was going back to 3rd. What a unbelievable. They had the easy 3rd out. Two errors on the play. Two errors on the play. They didn't play the ground ball. The runner is safe. The runner went to 3rd. He took a wide turn. He was going to be a dead duck between 3rd and home. Galisi chasing it. Ran right into the Medford dugout trying to make the play. Good effort by Nico Galisi. But the runner came around 3rd. He was going to be dead, stuck between 3rd and home, and he threw it over the catcher's head for the 2nd error. The first error was booting the ground ball. So 2 errors on one play, and Medford gets their 2nd run. In for a strike. So this is A.J. Rourke. I don't know where he went to play. He was the pitcher. So he didn't come out. Hit to 3rd. They missed the tag. All of a sudden, Medford has the tying runs on base thanks to 3 errors. Four errors in the game. Devin Encalada is the hitter. The runner just takes off, and that goes to the backstop. The runner had second base stolen, but he'll go to 3rd on the wild pitch. Classical being very generous host here. Brings Mike Sukowski out. 4 errors in the inning. Classical scored 2 without a hit. Medford has scored 2 here without a hit. And they have the tying run at third with 2 outs. I believe we're going to have a change. Tyler Wilson is the new pitcher. The tying run at third base for Medford. Nice stop by Galizzi. That was ticketed for the backstop. Classical got 2 without a hit. Medford gets 2 without a hit. 4 errors in the inning. They had the easy out on a ground ball at second base that got booted. In for a strike. 1-1. They compounded it by throwing it over the catcher's head when they had to run a Mary trying to come around third. The run scored. Ground ball to third. Booted. Hit up the middle for a base hit, and the game is tied. So they finally get a base hit. That ground ball to second would have been the third out. No runs in the inning. Instead, they scored 2. And now they scored the third with the first hit of the inning. Donald Davis, who's the pitcher, batting in the first baseman spot. Throw over to first, easily back is Encalada. Encalada ripped that one right up the middle for a base hit. That's only their third hit. Hit in the air, long run. Can't get there, it's in for a base hit. The Medford fans come alive. They were sitting on their hands 4-1 with 2 outs and a ground ball to second base. And all of a sudden, 3 runs in. First and third. Tie game. John Scarpelli has grounded a shot and popped to the catcher. Pop behind second base. What a tremendous play by the second baseman. That saved a run, cut off the inning. Medina made a great play. Kind of makes up for the ground ball that he didn't make initially. But Medford sends 8 to the plate. They score 3 and they don't get their base hit until they've got 2 in. They scored 2 without a hit. 4 errors in the inning. 1 base hit. Six errors in the ball game. Excuse me, 5 errors in the ball game. The other error didn't really hit. No, it is 6 errors in the inning. I'll take it back again. 5 errors. The other error didn't do any damage at all. So the first 2 pitches, Rook and McGilvery, especially McGilvery, off the hook. And unfortunately for Almendarez, he can't get the win because we're dead even. All the unearned runs charged to Almendarez. So again, they got 3 hits against English and scored 11 runs. They got 3 hits against Classical here, and they've got 4. Swing and a miss. Brady Warren a single twice. He got the big base hit that knocked in the 2 runs that gave Classical their first lead. Hit foul to the backstop. So second baseman Medina started that uprising, misplaying a ground ball. Would have been the 3rd out. But he makes a great play to end the inning with a run scoring, and strike 3 called. Medford was about to take the lead on that play, and it was going to be 1st and 3rd again with 2 outs. And he made the great play picking it. He had to go way out in right center field to catch that over his head. In for a strike. Way up and in. Pop to the shortstop. Two up, 2 down in the 5th. Daniel Leon singled, reached on an error, starting that 2-run 4th inning for Classical. At the time, extended the lead to 4-1. Hit foul to the backstop. I believe they moved Leon to center field when they made the pitching change. And they brought in a new left fielder, who I'm assuming will hit at the first baseman Christian Bates spot, but we didn't catch the number, so I don't know who it was. Top of the order, Nico Galizzi on deck. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Davis. That's our first 1-2-3 inning by anybody. We've completed 5 here at Frazier Field. A complete turnaround. Classical was leading 4-1. Through 5, we're right back where we started. Dead even. Classical 4, Medford 4, going into the 6th inning. Tyler Wilson will start the inning after coming in relief in the 5th. He'll start the 6th and face the top of the order. Owen Kelly is singled, struck out, grounded to short. So Medford The Medford coach is getting right in the face of the assistant classical coach. He came out of the third base coach's box saying, "Why is the coach talk to my players?" He is upset. He's a really nice guy. Mike Sikorski trying to calm him down. He said, "Why is your coach?" The classical coach is way out, almost in play. Now they're moving him back, telling him to get in the dugout. Now we got a fan coming out on the field. I'm not sure what the fan is out there for. I didn't recognize Chris Warren, the vice principal of classical. They got after, I guess Medford coach was upset because the classical assistant coach was talking to the Medford players, and he's been way out of the dugout, but he hasn't been a problem. But now the Medford coach is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He went ballistic, got right in the face of the assistant coach. Mike Sikorski separated them. That got the Medford fans excited. Now Medford fans really get into it. Solid shot into left center field for a base hit. Around first, heading for second. In with a double is Kelly. And that really brings the Medford fans into it. Sean Nessa struck out, singled and scored, reached on an error. He started that 3-run uprising when Classical made 4 errors. He reached on the first error. Squaring to bunt, the pitch is wide. They throw it down to second, but getting back is Kelly. Kelly was way off the bag, waiting for the bunt to get down. Low for a ball. They throw it down again. Almendarez is charging in third. They're leaving the third baseman back, hoping they can make a play over there. Nobody covering first. It's a base hit. Almendarez charging. Second baseman didn't cover first. So first and third with nobody out. Aiden Barry grounded out, walked, popped to the third baseman. So the Classical fans very quiet. Now they were excited through 3.5 innings. The Medford fans now, they were quiet for a long time, and they're getting into it now. Hit a long way to right field, all the way back. Over the fence, a home run. We haven't seen that all year long, and we haven't seen it for a long time. Aiden Barry with a 3-run home run. So they get those runs with hits. A shot and a half. I don't remember the last time I saw one hit out of here. Shane Grant struck out twice. Sam was in between. He got hit by a pitch. High for a ball. How quickly things turn around. In for a strike. He almost lost that. That looked like it popped out of his hand as he was throwing it way up and away. And he hits him. Third hit batsman by classical pitching. Mike Sukowski comes out of the dugout. So what a turn of events. Classical looking good, leading 4-1 going into the fifth inning. They donate 3 runs in the fifth inning with 4 errors. Kevin Whalen is going to be the new pitcher for the Rams. Warren will go back to center field. Kevin Whalen, who's a sophomore, will come in. Nobody out. A runner at first, 3 runs in. Tyler Wilson goes back to center field. Leon goes back to left field. The runner takes off. Out at second base. I'm not sure. The thing that amazes me on those plays, everybody up in the stands, everybody in the bench, did he just throw him out? Did he just throw the player out? The player got really upset. And I think they just threw him out of the game. And he's yelling again. And he's still yelling as he goes out. If they could make it worse, I think he has to sit out like the next game or 2 games or whatever. But what good does it do you to scream and yell and holler? They called you out. Do you think if you yelled, the umpire's going to say, you know what, you're right, you're safe? It's senseless. He's up in the stands now. I think he's supposed to leave the ballpark. And it might be one of his relatives, father or something, coming down to talk to him. You just had all the momentum in the world. You're celebrating a 3-run home run. And it had to be, he didn't just say, excuse me, sir, I think you were wrong. He had to yell or say something or use some kind of language because they're not going to throw him out. for no reason at all. And there's no reason to do that. All the momentum is going your way, and it's not going to change a thing. So I don't know why you get thrown out in a game where all the momentum is going your way. I understand frustration. You think you were safe. But nothing is going to change the umpire's call. And he was on the play watching. So this is Giambusso, the catcher, who has walked, hit a sacrifice fly, reached on an error, scored a run. He's knocked in a run and scored a run. Hit the other way. Off the left fielder's glove. And he's going to go on yet another error. He stopped at first base. They threw the ball to the shortstop. It got away from the shortstop, and he scooted over to second. Six errors in the game for the Rams. Hit to third, off the third baseman, and there's another error. The only out in the inning is the ejection. Getting thrown out at second base on his attempted steal. And Calder got the only hit in the fifth inning, knocking in the run that tied it. He had flied out and struck out the previous two times. He's facing Whalen for the first time. Way in close again. And Collada's looking at the umpire saying, "Do you think he's throwing at me?" Foul tip, Khaleesi holds on. Hit foul. Way up and in again. Payoff pitch up and coming. Medford gifted Classical 2 runs in the fourth inning without a base hit. Classical gifted them 3 in the top of the fifth to get the game even. It's in for a base hit. The runners were on the move. The runners were off with the pitch, and they all ran. The runner at second ran back to second base. The runner at first was already at second base. The ball dropped for a base hit. So now it's only bases loaded. Nobody scored. Donald Davis, who was the pitcher of record for Medford, has been up once and got a base hit. High and tight for a ball. So they gifted Medford 3 to get them tied, and then Medford had 3 hits going into the 6th inning, and the first 3 hitters got hits, double, single, and a shot and a half over the right field fence for a 3-run home run by Aiden Barry. Chop foul behind home plate. So we've had everything here. We had the coaches going at it. We had a player being ejected. We had fans on both sides erupting at different times. Just reaches out and taps it into right field for a base hit. Inside out swing. The pitcher helps himself. Yeah, we got first and third. That was just a little touch. Pitcher's on the outside part of the plate. Just a little half swing inside out. And it just tapped it into right field. And he gets 2 RBI. Scarpelli is the 9th hitter in the inning. Squares the bunt and misses it, and they got the runner caught off third. And they throw it away. I don't believe it. They had a suicide squeeze on. The runner was coming. They missed the bunt. They had him dead to rights, and they threw it away. Eight errors for the Rams. That's ball 4. The beat goes on. Owen Kelly started this with a double to left center field. That was right after they finally quieted down the rhubarb between the coaches. The next pitch, Kelly hit into left center field, and the Medford fans went wild, and they've gone wilder with this big inning. Hit to center field. Wilson started back. Now he starts in, makes the play. 2 away. John Nestor, after the Kelly double, got a base hit, and they both walked around on Barry's 3-run home run. So the 11th hitter in the inning. Missing inside for a ball. So that 4-4 tie is long gone. There's 5 runs on the board, and I don't know if somebody called the police, but the cops are here coming up in the stands. Low for a ball. Wide for a ball. In for a strike. Chris Warren is now talking to the police. Somebody called police and said, I think we have a problem. And that's another walk. So the bases are loaded for Aiden Barry, who hit it over the right field fence in this inning. He's up for the second time. He's the 12th hitter in the inning. He grounded out, walked, popped to the third baseman. They didn't get him the fourth time. He hit it over the right field fence. Up and away for a ball. Five runs in. Hits that one a mile in the air. Lchs overran it. Whalen couldn't get it. Barry's going to get a life. That was right behind home plate. Lchs started down the first base line, and it was actually behind home plate. Whalen came flying in from the pitcher's mound. I thought the cops were pulling in to watch the game, but I guess not. Somebody made a call to the police. He gets hit with the pitch, and he's not happy about it. He'll get an RBI. I don't think he's throwing at him intentionally. Medford coach is coming out talking to his hitter, but he's also whispering in the ear of the umpire. Shane Grant struck out, got hit by a pitch. Struck out, got hit by a pitch. He's in a rut. And I don't think this is Shane Grant. It's Ryan Stowe. He's pinch hitting. How many times do you see a pinch hitter for your number 4 hitter? Hit in the left field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third. Hit in the air to the shortstop. And the edge of the outfield grass, Brady Warren makes the play for the third out. 14 hitters go to the plate. 7 of them score. And all of a sudden, that 4-4 tie is now 11-4. Medford going into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Nico Lchs will lead off the 6th inning for Classical, and what a turn of events. High for a ball. Nico's been on base 3 times, reached an error, walked the last 2, and scored a run. In for a strike. Chris Warren, the vice principal in Glasgow, came here to watch his son play baseball, and he's turned out to be a mediator. The young man who got thrown out, we told you he's up in the stands down the right side. I think it's his mother and father who are with him. And the two police officers are there. And they're telling him that he's supposed to leave the ballpark. In for a strike. He was standing up there. He wasn't really doing anything after he got thrown. He did quite a bit to get thrown out. But I guess he's looking for his equipment now because I think his mother and father are going to take him home. Popped up. Shortstop makes the play. They get Lchs for the first time. So the young man from Medford is collecting his belongings and he's going to leave the ballpark with his family. Hit to center field. Wound up making a great play. Wilson hit that a ton. Owen Kelly went back. He started to come in for the ball and realized it's going over his head. And he went back and made a tremendous catch. That could be an ESPN highlight. In for a strike. Davis has been tough since coming in. He got the last out in the fourth inning. This is his second inning that he's starting. He's retired 6 in a row. Actually 7 in a row. Foul tip. So the young man from Medford has left the ballpark. Curveball hangs high. Hamadera struck out, grounded out, walked. He was a starting pitcher. And he had the lead when he left the game. He pitched the first 3 and was leading 2-1 before the roof fell in here at Frazier Field. Chop to third. Big hop to the third baseman. Strong throw. Another 1-2-3 inning. Davis's hat blew off when he made the pitch. He's retired 8 in a row. We finished 6 here at Frazier Field. 11-4. Medford over Classical. Kevin Whalen will start an inning. He came in that long 6th inning when Medford sent 14 hitters to the plate. Medford will let their bench hit in the 7th inning. This is Quentin Neves. Hit foul. They gave him the green light on 3-0. Classical pitching has only walked 3 hitters. But they've hit 4. And it's been a very shaky defense. Nice play by Warren. Brady Warren went way behind the third baseman and on the fly got a strong throw across the diamond and throws the hitter out. Outstanding play by Brady Warren. He's had a nice day at shortstop. He's got 2 hits, knocked in 2 runs. He's been a bright light for the Rams. In for a strike. We're going to miss strike 3. That was Brett McGaffigan pinch hitting. And this is Davis, the pitcher. He's done a nice job. He's come in. He batted twice. Once in the 5th inning, once in the 6th inning, and he got 2 base hits. His second hit knocked in 2 of the 7 that Medford got in the 6th inning. So he shut Classical down back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings after coming in and shutting him down in the 4th after they had 3 runs in. He got the 3rd out, so he's retired 7 in a row. Way wide for a ball. High and tight for a ball. Thomas O'Leary is hoping that Davis can get on because he's in the on-deck circle, pinch hitting. Nice running catch. Tyler Wilson with a nice job. Whalen comes in, 7th inning, gets a 1, 2, 3 inning. First time Medford has gone 1, 2, 3 all day. So we're down to the last 3 outs. Glasgow needs a huge inning. We were tied at 4 going into the 6th. Medford sent 14 to the plate. 7 of them scored, broke that tie. They now lead it 11-4. 11 has been their number here at Frazier Field. They beat Lynn English 11-2. Now they're leading Classical 11-4. They beat English 11-0. Now, so they've scored 22 runs here at Frazier Field, but they did it a little bit differently today. The game against English, they only got 3 base hits. They had 3 hits through 5 innings. They managed to tie the game up when Classical made 4 errors in the inning. 3 of them back to back to back. 1 to start the inning. So 3 hits in 5 innings. And in the 6th inning, they got 7 hits. The big one, the 3-run home run by Aiden Barry, and that came just after the hullabaloo when they had the runner thrown out at second base. But just before that, the coaches went at it. Looked like we were going to have a serious problem. They finally separated them, and then trying to steal second base, they called the runner out at second. He didn't like the call, and he must have said something that the umpire didn't like. I'm certainly, like I said before, I don't think he just said, "I think you missed that one, sir." He probably used some kind of language, and he was still yelling at the umpire as he was walking out. And on top of everything else, we had the police called, and the family had to take the young man out of the ballpark. Other than that, it's been a very uneventful day here at Frazier Field. A lot different than the St. Mary's game before this, 1-0. Hangs high for a ball. So Medford's going to get this sweep here at Frazier Field. Hit to center field. Long run by the center field. That's hit a long way. And again, Kelly, he's a tremendous outfielder. You can't hit any better than Aaron O'Connor just hit it. If he pulls that, it's over the fence. Going way into, call it right center field, not deep right center, but a little right center field. Running away almost under the scoreboard. Makes a running catch. That's his second great play. Wide for a ball. 8 in a row retired by Davis. Swing and a miss. Nico Ramirez has walked, reached on an error, and hit a sacrifice fly. At the time, it gave his sacrifice fly gave Classical a 4-1 lead. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Three strikeouts for Davis. Classical down to their last out. And this is Kevin Whalen, the pitcher. He's hitting in the spot for the first baseman, Spates, when they made all those changes. When they brought Davis in. The starting pitcher, Rourke, went to first base. They took out the first baseman. Classical changed people all over the place. When they brought Warren in, they brought in a new left fielder, moved Leon to center, put Almaderas at first. That took the first baseman, Spates, out. Hit into center field. Coming on. Can't make the play. It bounced in front of him. It would have been another great play. It goes all the way to the fence. Whalen is going to get a double. First hit given up by Davis. That breaks the streak of his retiring 9 in a row. Brady Warren singled, singled in 2 runs. Last time up he struck out. He's made a couple of very nice plays at shortstop. Hit foul that almost came into our booth. 3 times they've just missed getting us. It's not because they haven't tried. Fishing wide for a ball. Way up and in. So the only thing good to come out of the pandemic is the teams will not be shaking hands at the end of the game. Because I don't know what would happen if we had to go through a line and everybody shake hands. Swing and a miss. Oh, deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the last 2. Gives up the 1 hit. Davis comes in and shuts the door. And a big 7-run 6th inning breaks a 4-4 tie. And Medford will stay perfect. They'll go to 4-0. Medford got a run in the 3rd on a sacrifice fly. Classical got 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. O'Connor singled. Ramirez reached on an error. A stolen base put runners at 2nd and 3rd. Brady Warren with a big base hit. Knocked in the 2 to make it 2-1 Classical. They made it 2-1 Classical. They made it 4-1. They got an error, a walk to O'Connor, loaded, forced in a run. Ramirez fly ball made it 4-1. Medford got 3 in the 5th inning. They got the first 2 without a hit. Finally, they got an RBI single by Encalada. They tied the game up. They scored 7 in the 6th inning. The exclamation point was a 3-run home run over the fence by Aiden Barry that broke the 4-4 tie, and he win it going away 11-4. For Classical, Galizzi was on base 3 times, scored a run. Wilson drew a walk and played very well in center field. Aaron O'Connor had a hit and a walk, scored a run, knocked in a run. Ramirez reached on an error, hit a sacrifice fly, scored a run. Brady Warren had 2 singles, knocked in 2, made a couple of very nice plays at shortstop. Daniel Leon had a single, reached on an error, scored a run. And that was it, that big 7-run inning. Melrose, for the 2nd straight game here at Frazier Field, put 11 on the board. They win it going away 11-4, breaking that 4-4 tie. And they win it. They'll sweep the series here at Frazier, beating both Classical and English. They stay undefeated. Classical will drop to 3-3. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.